Why would anyone want to desexualize their brain? What does that even mean, and what are the benefits? Well, what we're talking about here is trying to not have your brain, your mind always focused on sex, sexual activity, trying not to have that feeling or emotion of horniness all the time, and having this be a big distraction. One of the things is, these days, it's very easy to access pornographic material and to see even just softcore porn on your Instagram and TikTok. And so what it does is it distracts us. It can become a form of addiction, and it can take us away from the things in our life that are important. I'm gonna give you some hardcore hitting tips right now, and I promise if you follow even a couple of these, it's gonna start to desexualize your brain. Like the first one, anytime you are feeling the feeling of being horny or turned on, and it's not the appropriate time. I'm talking like you're at home, you're distracted by work, all of a sudden you turn on Instagram and boom, you see an image and all of a sudden you're distracted and you can't get away from that. I want you to give yourself a positive distraction, and this works very well. Go into a different room somewhere if you can and do 10 push-ups. Do that, you're going to start to put your brain in a whole new wavelength. Another way to do this is to go and start reading something. So it can be a book that you're already reading. I find that Reddit, as long as you're not following any of those, NSFW subreddits, but going to Reddit and just scrolling through to find something interesting, because there's always interesting things to read off of subreddits that are going on. Getting into some sort of article, just putting your brain in a whole new place so that you are no longer thinking about that image or the turned on feeling that you are feeling. If it makes sense in your day, in that moment, go for a walk. Go outside, take a walk, and that is also gonna help because it's putting you in a whole new environment, putting your brain in a whole new wavelength, and hopefully distracting you. So again, those are all positive distractions. Speaking of distractions, let's talk about an amazing software. No, this is not an ad. In fact, you do not have to use this software. There's probably competitors, but this is one that I use. It's called freedom.to. And what this does is it helps with not having to have willpower to go to specific websites or social media. And what it does is when you're using this software, you can put it so if you go to an app or a website, it can block it, and it can block it for a certain amount of time. So if you know that you're gonna go on Instagram or TikTok or any sort of porn website, you can get it blocked for pretty much as long as you want. You don't have to use that one, use whatever you want, but try to get rid of the distractions without having to use willpower. Now, speaking of distractions, you are going to go on TikTok, you're gonna go on Instagram, you're gonna go on these social media sites because that's what you do and people do that. So what can you do once you're on there? Stop following Insta models. Stop following these girls that you don't know who are posting raunchy pictures. Stop following TikTok girls who do whatever they're doing. Unfollow all of them. Block them if you have to, so then it makes it even harder to go and refollow them. I know a lot of guys go through their Discover page and they can see all these pictures of hot girls. Click on the ones that have the hot girls and you're gonna say not interested. Now this might be dated because social media changes a lot. So whatever you can do on your Discover pages where you see anything happening, block, not interested, make that happen on those so that you're not getting that kind of content anymore. So before I go into these next tips, as you can see here, the way to desexualize your brain is to get rid of any sort of stimulus that is happening through your social media, through what's happening all around you. Whatever you can do, that is going to help so you can stay less distracted and focus on what's important. Next, why not just reduce social media altogether? Now listen, I'm guilty. I go on social media a lot, but that's because I also post a lot on social media. I'm putting out TikToks and Instagrams and YouTube all the time. So that's just what I do. I was never someone who was posting on social media. I would do everything I can to block and get away from social media because it sucks you in so much. So why not take a social media break, or only give yourself so many hours to go on there? Because we all know that the internet is the place that is just easy to access the things that are going to sexualize your brain and give you that stimulus that you might not be looking for. Which goes into my next point. idle hands are the devil's playground. What does that mean? That means when you're bored, when you have nothing to do, you get tempted to do bad things, sinful things, things that you probably shouldn't be doing. So we need to keep ourselves busy. Of course, it's totally okay to relax and chill, and maybe you watch a TV show or whatever it may be. That is life, but why can't we try to fill our time with more than just staring at our phones all day long? Why aren't we cultivating more hobbies, goals? Why aren't we going to the gym more? Why aren't we working more on our passions? Why aren't we trying to be someone better than ourselves every single day? There's a lot of stuff that you can fill your time so you're not just sitting around. So those moments when you're sitting around at home doing nothing, maybe then just go to bed. Be tired, go to bed, and you don't have to start scrolling on social media or going to those websites that you shouldn't be going to. In a nutshell, spend time doing things that don't allow yourself to sit for too long doing nothing. I bet you haven't thought about this one, but it's not just social media that is causing you to get triggered all the time, but also online dating, because you can just swipe through tons of women, and then that gets you caught up back to sexualizing your brain and potentially getting distracted and doing things that you shouldn't be doing. So, am I saying not to do online dating? No, but why not, if you are having an issue with this, stop online dating for a little bit, go out and start approaching women. This is gonna be better for your mental health, it's gonna be better for your skill set of being able to talk to women and get dates that way, and it's gonna open up just a new form of getting fresh air, getting out of your house, and doing something that's gonna be way more productive for you. If you need help with this, we can help you. Go to tripadvicecoaching.com. We teach you how to go out and approach, meet women, and actually get more dates. That's tripadvicecoaching.com. Book a call right now. Down in the description, you'll find a link to be able to do that. Next, this is a big one, okay? I know that for some guys, it doesn't make sense or it's not sustainable to do nofap. It's not for everybody, and I don't even think doing nofap is gonna be the best thing for every single person. I think a lot of that might be pseudoscience. So if you are someone who is not gonna do nofap, why not try doing it without seeing images? Yeah, it's not the most fun way, obviously, but if you're watching porn, looking at Instagram, TikTok, seeing all these girls and using all that, that is going to start to create this addiction in your mind, and that's what you're gonna need to be turned on, and it's not gonna help when you're actually with a real woman. So why not do it without anything but your mind? Write a comment down below right now on which one you're gonna try using and let us know how you're doing.